Car Series travels to the Windy City for the Engine Audi race day. We've reached the halfway stage of the Bankfin Touring Car Series, and we're here at a packed Aldo Scribante track in Port Elizabeth for rounds 9 and 10 of the Bankfin Touring Car Series. Will the Nissans dominate as they did in Cape Town? Just sit back and enjoy the action. As always, the drivers parade for the crowd who are here to see whether the Nissans will dominate as they did in the last rounds, giving Janelle de Villiers a very healthy lead in the championship. First non-Nissan is Sean van der Linde in this Sassel BMW. He's just behind leading independent Marco de Santos. Former champion is Terry Moss. Terry, home circuit, battling a bit out there today.
Yeah, the three Audis are all in a bunch. We're within 200ths of a second amongst the three of us. Unfortunately, 7th, 8th and 9th in the first heat, and I think it's 8th, 9th and 10th in the second heat. And that's mainly due to lack of straight line speed at the moment. We've done a lot of work on suspension and chassis, which is working for us, but I think we need a little more power to get up there.
Opal Sean Watson-Smith is another popular PE driver. Sean, the other home driver from PE, 7th and 10th in both the races, and you brought your own fan club with you.
Well, PE girls are always the best, aren't they? Yeah, we're not that strong in qualifying, but we're only half a second off the pace in the second race, so we're pretty pleased with that, actually. And I think we've got a good car for the race. Our setup should be pretty good for the race, so I'm looking to be strong near the end.
But it's Nissan's Janelle de Villiers who's the man to beat. Janelle, front row for the first race, second row for the second race. What went wrong or right in qualifying?
I don't think anything went wrong, really. It's just the first one we had a very good one out. The Nissan Primeros went really well, and we managed to get in a good lap. The second one, of course, we carry the 50 kilograms weight penalty, so it makes it a bit more difficult, especially on a tight track like this.
Okay, the wind is blowing in Port Elizabeth, and for the first race today, we've got Janelle de Villiers, champion from last year, leading the championship this year in pole position. Second place, his teammate, privateer Mark Peters, in his slush puffy BP car in second place. He's going to be quite happy with that one, ahead of Duncan Foss, who is the other favourite to win this race. Then we've got the first of the BMWs. Sean van der Linde, now quicker than Michael Briggs. He has been slower than him in the last couple of races, now ahead. And then in fifth place, Marco de Santos in the very privateer Bankfin value-added, new-to-you Lakefield auto body Nissan.
So less than 1 second separates the first 7 cars on the grid. De Villiers, the only man under the elusive 1 minute 5 second lap time.
Lap time is nearly 2 seconds. In fact, it's over 2 seconds quicker than previously. That's after resurfacing at Aldo Scribante, mainly by Terry Moss, in fact, was responsible. Then on the left-hand side, you've got Janelle de Villiers. The right-hand side is Mark Peters. And then back to Duncan Foss and the BMW of Sean van der Linde. And off they go.
It's going to be a great race. And already we're in car with Marco de Santos, 5th on the grid in his valid value Nissan as they come into the first right-hander.
Yes, a tight right-hander, always very dangerous. People trying to overtake around the outside. They very seldom get through on the first corner without touching. This occasion, no problem whatsoever. And then down into the first of the S's, very, very tight right-hander as we're going through the corner here with Sean van der Linde, then a back again left for the second part of the S. And then one of the quickest parts of the track, now this little left-hand corner here, followed by the right-hand hanger, which is absolutely flat in one of these cars, or should be when they're on their own, and that is very, very quick. Come off there, it's a long way. But leading the race, you've got Janelle de Villiers, followed by Mark Peters.
So it is the BP Nissans, 1, 2, 3. Graham, that 50 kilograms doesn't seem to be holding de Villiers back at the moment.
No, I don't think he'll hold it back too much. He was just be a little bit careful, make sure that his tyres don't go off. But we're in the car now of Anthony Taylor behind Michael Briggs. That's 6th place in front of the BMW, and Anthony's the first of the 3 Audis in 7th.
Well, they're coming up to complete at the first lap. It's the 3 BP Nissans, de Villiers, Peters the Englishman, Foss, and then the first of the BMWs, that's Sean van der Linde. We're behind Sean van der Linde with Marco de Santos. Going to have a look down the right-hand side, Graham, here.
Yes, he's going to want to get past quickly. I'm sure he's quicker than Sean, to be honest with you. So he should be able to pass him, but, you know, catching is one story, passing is another. We'll have to wait and see how he manages.
Certainly has bought, with the new resurfacing, the cars seem to be that much faster here.
Yeah, well, they say about 2 seconds a lap quicker. Terry's done a wonderful job. They've resurfaced everywhere, not only the racetrack, but also the outfield as well.
Back with Anthony Taylor. Oh, Michael taking a bit of a knock there against the curb, and that's going to let Taylor through the... No, not on the inside. Just manages to keep behind Briggs.
Only just, but they're about in front. There we've got Sean van der Linde and Marco de Santos. De Santos on the outside probably can't make it through here. but possibly on the inside of the next corner. No, he's trying to go around the outside again.
So, De Santos having another look. We're in car with Michael Briggs. He's in 6th position at the moment, having a look, just a little look, on the inside of Marco De Santos, but the Nissans have got the power on this circuit.
Yes, there's no way that Michael is going to stay with that motor car right at the moment, but whether he can pass his teammate in front, Sean van Linde, that I don't know. That we're going to have to wait and see.
So, as we go into lap 3...
And there he goes down on the inside.
Yes,
now he's able to... He has indeed. He basically outbraked him. That wasn't so much power.
Lovely manoeuvre from the independent. Marco De Santos in his value Nissan. Still got Sean right behind him, trying to get through the S's. No way through there, is there?
Well, we'll have to see now how close, well, it looks like he's pulling away at this point in time, how close Sean can stay to Marco in front. Now you've got Nissans 1, 2, 3, 4, the 3 factory cars plus the privateer, and then the 2 BMWs.
And then the 3 Audis. Somebody's taken a drive off the outside. It's Sean Watson-Smith in the first of the Petronas Opals, but the 3 Audis running 3 together.
You've got 4 Nissans, 2 BMs, 3 Audis,
and then 2 the 2 Opals, yeah. There's Chris Aberdeen, not having the best of seasons, is he, Graham?
No, not at all. He hasn't enjoyed it, and as I said, the slowest of the 3 at the present moment.
And there's Taylor having a look at Briggs, telling him he's there. Bit of bumping and boring there.
But that's fair. He touched, but there was no pushing off. He managed to get on the inside, and he'll probably be able to overtake him now going into at the end of the straight. We'll have to watch and see this now.
How fast are they going at the end of this straight?
Haven't got a clue. No, seriously. They do just over 202 kilometers an hour in 5th gear, and they drop down to 2nd gear for this corner to about 100 kilometers an hour.
So Taylor's got past Briggs there. We're in car with Michael Briggs and the Sassel BMW through the S's. Taylor seems to be over the track a little bit.
Well, he's trying really hard. I mean, he certainly wants to catch the BMW in front there. He feels he can finish. Now, there's Byron coming in. Obviously, had some problem with his car.
Privateer Byron Buerta into the pits. We go on to lap 10. It's still Nissan 1, 2, 3, De Villiers, Peters, then Voss, De Santos, van der Linde, and still the Audis and BMWs battling it out. Seems like they're battling it out together, the 2 Audis of Terry Moss and Anthony Taylor.
So Terry Moss, in fact, has got past Michael Briggs and Taylor, so he's now the leading of the 3 Audis. Anthony all over the place, over the dirt on the inside, over the dirt on the outside. You can see what happens there, that as he clips the curb on the inside, so it pushes him out further.
So it's De Villiers, Peters, Voss, De Santos. They've had a battle here about a year ago, wasn't it?
Yes, a year ago, in fact, De Santos came together with Duncan, and both of them retired after that particular event. Hopefully that doesn't happen today.
So van der Linde behind there. Then we've got Moss, Taylor, van der Linde, Sean Watson-Smith.
Hold on nicely, very nice. He's right up there with that group of Audis and the BMW of Briggs. Briggs has dropped back a long way here at this point.
So we're in car with Anthony Taylor. He's following teammate Terry Moss. Audi's not having the best of season, but they're trying to make amends for it in really what is their home circuit.
Exactly, there's a lot of competition there, believe me. Now look there, you've got the Nissan of De Santos and the BMW of Sean van Linde. Sean just cannot quite make it. And there on the left is Andy Taylor with Michael Briggs trying to go around the outside. He also can't make it. So the 2 BMs battling to get back the position that they've already lost.
So a nice battle here with Michael Briggs in the 2nd of the Sassel BMWs, chasing Anthony Taylor in the 2nd of the NGen Audis as they go through the S's.
I don't know what's happened to Aberdeen, but he's obviously... Oh, there he is right there. Okay, well, something's happened to him because he just dropped away completely. Is he coming in to retire? Yes, possibly.
Well, forward to lap 18. It's now Voss behind De Villiers. There's Mark Peters in 3rd. George Versailles out in one of the pro cars there, in the silver car. This is the Englishman, Mark Peters, in 3rd place. De Santos, van der Linde.
You've got the 2 Audis, followed by Briggs, who's dropped right back. He was in 7th place over there. He won't be happy with that particular performance, but there he is behind Anthony Taylor. 2 laps left. This is the 2nd last time he has an opportunity of passing him through this corner. Didn't make it here.
You'll see there, Graham, I don't know if you saw that. Taylor's back wheel just lifting slightly as they come through those sharp right-hander.
As you're braking, all the weight goes onto the front, left or right, and then the other side just lifts up and locks up a bit. But the 2 Nissans very, very close together. I wonder if there are any team orders there, but Briggs trying to pass here, and then you've got the pro car.
Oh, they touched. Who's off? Michael's on his way farming.
Well, Michael trying to squeeze him, obviously got it sideways under braking, because certainly it wasn't what Anthony did that made him spin off. That's lost him all those positions now that he had been fighting for.
So we're back with the leaders. It's De Villiers and Voss, and they're both of them having a go at each other.
They're having a bit of a go here, aren't they? But it's still De Villiers in front. In fact, Duncan lost a bit there. Obviously, he decided he wasn't going to touch his partner, and that's lost him a bit of time.
Because there are no team orders. The only team orders from Glyn Hall, no bumper bashing.
Well, yeah, that was fairly close. Glyn won't be that unhappy with it. But there's Terry Moss. He hasn't had a bad race for his Audi, considering where he started on the grid. He can't be too disappointed.
And the crowd enjoying it here at Aldo Scribante.
This is the final lap, obviously.
And these are the two championship leaders as well, Janelle de Villiers and Duncan Foss in the BP Nissans. Tremendous cars, aren't they?
They absolutely are. And as I say, I mentioned his name before, Glyn Hall, team manager, world class. He does a lot of work on the Nissans that race in Europe as well, and they're the quickest car to have in Europe. So Glyn is a great guy for Nissan to have.
They go through the slowest part of the circuit, but there's a battle on for third place. Mark Peters and Marco De Santos. The independent De Santos, is he going to have a go on the inside? No.
But he's got one corner left. One corner
Well, he's
left
having a go now.
Yeah, he's on the wrong side though. Unless Mark makes a mistake, he won't be able to get past. Well, look at that there. Mark on the inside, Mark on the outside. And looks like he could do it because they're certainly coming out together.
Well, Peters
oh, he touched him coming out of the corner there.
Grass.
And that's the end of that one. So it's Peters in third, DeSantis in fourth, Sean van der Linde fifth in the BMW, and Terry Moss in the Audi in sixth.
And the win for Janelle de Villiers makes him now the most successful South African touring car driver. He's got 30 wins, overtaking Michael Briggs's past record. And a new lap record for third place, Mark Peters, 1 minute 5.989 seconds. Janelle, flag to flag, it looked easy. Duncan came back at you near the end though.
Yes, definitely. It was in the beginning we had a good start and got around quite well, and then towards the end we carry the 50 kilograms. It always makes a bit of a difference in the end, so you got to just work a little bit harder. But Duncan was on the charge at the end, and I really had to, I think on the second last lap I had to defend quite a bit to not let him through there. But it wasn't too difficult, except that I had to drive a little bit harder towards the end because the tires and stuff went off.
He waits in anticipation for round 10 of the Bankfin Touring Car Series. Michael, nice to see somebody other than the Nissans on top position.
Well, I'm sure it looks a little bit funny seeing something not green on the front of the grid, but it's, you know, we've always had a good run at the circuit. PE is my hometown, so there's a special incentive for me to do well here. And, you know, the team has put a lot of effort in because, you know, we don't want to be second anymore. We want to win races, and this is the first step, putting the car on pole.
One of the closest qualifying sessions seen in touring cars, only 0.2 of a second separating the first 6 cars.
Yeah, with the privateer, Mark Peters second, then Duncan, then Janelle, and Marco De Santos. And here they come with the start of it with Michael Briggs leading up to this time. So he will control the speed and the start of this race.
Well, this is going to be interesting to see if Michael Briggs can stay in front. He's carrying 50 kilograms. The Nissans are the fastest cars on the circuit. Let's see if Michael can stay there. Home driver Sean Watson-Smith in the Petronas Opel. Oops, losing it a little bit. Did he get a nudge there?
Yeah, it just looked like it. Oh, there's Michael's through, that's it. He's now achieved what he wanted to achieve. He's probably got Peters behind him, followed by, who would it be? Janelle and
Duncan Foss. And in this race, Mike Briggs is going to have the widest BMW in South Africa, isn't he?
Absolutely right. So long as he doesn't push anybody off, he has every right to drive where he wants. He just can't touch anybody. But he's actually got a bit of a gap over there right now. From it looks like Peters, yes it is. It's Peters in second, and then Duncan third, and Janelle fourth. Already Marco De Santos trying to overtake Janelle, but that won't come off.
And Sean Watson-Smith in the Opel just sneaks inside one of the Audis there.
Exactly.
Well, we're in car with Anthony Taylor. He was the Audi that Sean Watson-Smith got through. Oh, more bumping there, Graham.
But he goes past the BMW of Van der Linde, so Van der Linde's dropped back another position now.
As they come into the Goodyear corner for the first time, Michael Briggs, once again out in the lead of a touring car race. Long time since we've seen him there.
Exactly. Interesting to see now just how fast the Nissan is against the BMW. Michael had a terrible first race today. The second one, okay, he's hugging the inside, which means the Nissan does have the speed, but is not getting past. In fact, it didn't even get alongside.
Well, further back we see the Opels and the out. Oh gosh, it's all happening.
He better drive straight to the back of Aberdeen. Aberdeen's round. He won't be happy about that, letting everybody through. There shouldn't be any damage to the car. He should be able to rejoin as soon as everyone else is through.
Chris's season just continues to be a little bit miserable, doesn't it?
Exactly. But Briggs still leading in the BMW, but they're pretty close now. Now you're with Duncan Foss behind Mark Peters.
And sure enough, Mike Briggs is making that BMW very wide. Mark Peters not finding any way through. Mark's having a good season, second on the grid for both of the races.
He's having a wonderful season, won a race earlier in the year and wants to win some more now. Oh, that Audi there, who's that? Anthony Taylor. He's a brilliant driver. I mean, you saw how he lost. That's a very, very fast corner. Lose it there, catch it, no problem whatsoever. He'll carry on.
In car with Marco Dos Santos. Must be very difficult with that glare and the dust on the windscreen.
No, I think that's the camera. You don't actually see that. You're looking far beyond that when you're driving a racing car, so you won't see any of that at all.
Well, back up to 200 kilometres an hour as they hit the right-hander. It's still Michael Briggs, Mark Peters, Duncan Foss, Janil de Villiers, Marco Dos Santos.
Well, obviously Peters is coming out of that bottom corner slower because Michael got to the end of the straight there again with the gap between him and Peters. So Mark is going to have to actually get it together to come out of that first corner in order to try and
Chris Aberdeen after his spin. But now the Nissans running 3 behind Michael Briggs. It's still Peters, Foss, de Villiers. They're right up behind him. Are they going to find a way through?
Well, that's where
Mark's
they're going to
have a look on one side.
Because Michael Briggs is very slow through that hangar. Look how the Nissans get alongside. In fact, Peters has lost a position, which puts de Villiers now into second. Now, that'll make it more difficult for Michael Briggs because he is slower going into that section.
And Duncan not carrying as much weight as Mark Peters either.
No, that'll also make a difference. You're quite right. The Audi trying to go on the inside of the BMW.
Back in car with Sean Watson-Smith, the local driver. Teammates bumping as you see in front. There's Marco Dos Santos squeezing inside. Oh gosh,
that's Peters down to 4th place. We really must ask Glyn to put some other identification on these cars so we can see it a bit easier. But that's now, I think it's Foss in 2nd and then de Villiers in 3rd behind Briggs. Now look how close he is there.
Santos, and there's Watson-Smith overtaking Peters, and Sean van der Linde in the 2nd BMW also having a look at Peters. So Peters within 1 lap has gone from 2nd right down to about 6th, and they're having a bumping session.
He got hung out to dry somewhere. They've all passed him. Now here's Duncan and Michael. This is going to be interesting. Both of these very hard drivers. Duncan wants to win this race badly, and of course Michael doesn't want to let him through. But you see how much slower the BMW is through there? Duncan's all over him, and look how he pulls to the inside. Now that's bordering on not what you're supposed to do, but the guy wasn't there, and so he is allowed to do it.
And Janil de Villiers having a look on the inside of his teammate Duncan Foss.
Yeah, that's Duncan's biggest problem. Not only is he trying to pass Briggs, but he's got his teammate right behind. And if he does leave it a little wide, he's going to lose the position, which is exactly what happened to Peters.
And following them all up, getting a grandstand view of the whole thing, Anthony Taylor.
Yeah, the worrying part when you're in that position is when the guys go off in front, you just wonder whether you're going to have the sea which is going to open or you're going to have an accident.
We're in lap 9 now, and Dos Santos going for the outside of Duncan Foss, loses a position. And he's lost it himself. He's on the right-hand side. We're with Terry Moss.
Now the question is, where's Marco going to rejoin the... Oh, there. Just right in front there. And he's just lost another 2 positions going in. That's what happens when you go off, you lose the momentum in that step. And look how close that Audi is behind, must be Sean van der Linde there.
But you're taking that Marco Dos Santos off the track for almost a split second, and he loses 3 places.
Correct. Still, Michael Briggs leading. The 3 Nissans, then the Audi. Then van der Linde, then another Audi, and then Marco Dos Santos way back, and then the 2 opens.
Well, Sean Watson-Smith seems to have tapped off the pace a little bit. He was right there to begin with. We're in car once again in the engine Audi with Anthony Taylor. He's right up behind Sean van der Linde. It's van der Linde's teammate Mike Briggs heading the field at the moment in the widest BMW on the track.
Yes, I can't wait to get back to that. There we go again. Now, you've got Foss trying to take on the outside. Is this possible? Can they go around this corner together? No, not quite yet. He wasn't up far enough to force Briggs to take the inside line. This corner also goes on for a long, long time, which makes it difficult to go on the outside, but it can be done.
Well, we're in car with Duncan Foss. He's right up behind teammate and championship leader Janil de Villiers, who is
only inches behind the BMW Briggs. Now watch how slow Briggs is through here, with the de Villiers actually having to brake to avoid going to the back of him, and then that slows him down, and they try, but...
Well, they're having a go. It's Terry Moss.
Terry Moss loses it all on his own. How does he manage to get through there? Nobody touches him. Well, that's the second of them.
And somebody else off on the right-hand side as well.
That's Peters. So Peters looks to got to together either with the Audi of Taylor or the Nissan of Marco Dos Santos. I can't tell you.
Well, Anthony Taylor having a go at Mark Peters. Peters manages to get... Let's have a re-look at... we're with Terry Moss. He looks on the inside, onto the grass, loses traction, and there he goes.
Too far, the inside, that's what happened. He just put 2 wheels of dirt, brakes, and it just spun him round. How he didn't take out more cars, I don't know.
Well, we're back with the leaders again. It's lap 18. It's Michael Briggs.
Under a lot of pressure here now. Absolutely. I mean, can he hold these guys off any longer? Duncan Foss having a look on the inside. I see Briggs keeps on closing
shutting the door on the right-hand side.
Exactly the same thing.
And he's taken Briggs off. Look, de Villiers through, van der Linde through as well.
Yeah, you see he moved Briggs
onto the... Foss has lost it completely at the hairpin.
I don't think he lost it. I think Briggs just pushed him off. At that point in time, he had the accelerator flat and pushed him off. But that lets through. Who's leading now? Must be De Villiers leading.
De Villiers leading. We're in car once again with Marco Dos Santos. He is now in 5th position, is he? No, 4th position, that's right. We've got De Villiers, the 2 BMWs, and then Marco Dos Santos.
Right, so BMW 2nd and 3rd. Sean must be very happy about that, while everybody else in front has gone off. And there's Duncan Voss. He's back on the track now with those green lights.
Well,
Janelle leading here with the yellow lights.
Lights are blazing as they come up behind one of the pro cars. That's Marco de Cunha in the Elf Primera.
Followed by the BMW again of Michael Briggs. This race is not over yet. No, it must be Sean van der Linde in 2nd place here. We're in the car of Briggs right now. And now Sean has got a smell of winning this race.
He certainly has. He's right up chasing De Villiers. There we see. We're in car with Mike Briggs in 3rd place. He's passed Acuna. Van der Linde going to have a look on either side?
Well, he tried, but he's only got, I think, this is his last lap now, so that was his last attempt to overtake him through there. He's got one more try at the corner at the bottom straight, but he's just a little far back over there, and I think that De Villiers has probably got this one under control.
Marco Dos Santos sliding it out a little bit. There's Mark Peters, and he's got Anthony Taylor right behind him.
That's pretty close, and Anthony would like to make up that position as well.
Oh, he's certainly going to have a go. Final corner. Janelle De Villiers heads towards the straight for his 2nd win of the day, but nice to see BMW with Sean van der Linde in 2nd, Michael Briggs in 3rd, Marco Dos Santos in 4th.
Well, BMW are back. There's no question of that. It wasn't Michael Briggs who won the race, but it was Sean van der Linde who was in 2nd. So BMW are back.
Back on the podium. It's a hell of a race, wasn't it?
Oh, what a fantastic race. This has probably got to be the best race in Bankfin touring car we've seen. To be fair, I was holding the queue up just a little bit, and the race was good because the guys behind me, the Nissans, drove well. They didn't get too aggressive. So it was. I think this formula is just on the up and up. It's getting better. The drivers are starting to respect each other, and it's wonderful for me in my hometown to have a podium finish and have a great result for the touring car series.
Sean, what was it like seeing Michael and the 2 Nissans from your perspective?
Excellent.
You enjoyed the race?
I enjoyed it because I was basically a spectator most of the time. Once I got through into 4th, I knew I had a chance because I knew Michael was carrying the weight. I thought I had a chance of doing something there. Unfortunately for Michael on the 3rd last lap, he had a tangle with Duncan and cost him a place or 2.
Janelle De Villiers celebrates his 2nd win of the day, but the BMW guys are absolutely ecstatic. And De Villiers now just under 50 points ahead of Duncan Voss. There's a tie for 3rd position. Sean van der Linde's good result takes him equal with Marco Dos Santos. And Steve Harding, touring car clock of the course, hands the manufacturer's trophy to Nissan team manager Glenn Hall, who now have an almost unassailable lead in the manufacturer's points, but BMW catching up to Audi.